Good morning again, Phoenixes. This is day 6 of my 30-day video challenge, and I actually just taped this live, and I went to go share it to the group for those of you who missed it live, and Facebook decided to shut down, so I'm having to re-record. Lovely. So, as I was sitting out here in this wonderful view, ooh, there's Winter! As I was sitting out here in this wonderful view, giving myself some restorative time this morning on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning. Thank goodness it's now fall, and it is enjoyable to sit outside again. But I wanted to have a little food for thought for you. As I was being introspective, as I tried to be a little bit every day, because of course, it's way too easy to get caught up in the everyday humdrums of, dealing with the drama of coworkers or this, that, or the other that's going on in the world or in our own families. I try and think about things that are affecting my life that could help other people gain some perspective and share that with you all. So this morning I was talking about, as I'm recording this again, this morning I was talking about the weekends and how it's called a weekend and not the continual weekday. So how many of us, and myself included, I've been there, I've done it, and it's not fun, but how many of us have gone through the burning 9 to 5, so to speak, of whenever you work? Because some of you I know burn the midnight oil, God bless you, and then bring that home with us for the weekend. Either we physically bring the work home with us, or we feel like we've got so many chores to do at home that we just don't give ourselves even those 3 or 4 hours in the morning on a Saturday morning to sit and have a nice breakfast, to sit outside, again, now that it's starting to cool down, and have your coffee or your tea and just take a breath. Let all that stuff go. How often do we actually allow ourselves to do that? Because we believe that there's so much to do that there's just no time to relax. I'm wager a bet that it's a fair few of us, and I remember days where, of course, we live in a third density world. You gotta make the money and pay the bills and yada 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 yada, and we get really, really caught up in that really quickly, and particularly for those of us who have kids. They gotta go to soccer practice, they gotta do this, I gotta take them there, we got parent-teacher night, blah 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 blah, all of these things. How often do we allow ourselves to stop and take a breath? Just it's not that often that I find. And I was thinking about it this morning as I was, I'm blessed to have this kind of backdrop to sit in the morning. I'm absolutely blessed. And it allowed me to think about this and want to share this with you, because so often we are running ourselves ragged. We are running on fumes because we don't give ourselves that restorative time. Just this little bit here in the morning on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning gives you the chance to have mental space, have emotional space, physical restoration of not immediately getting up, slamming down some cereal or a protein bar or just a coffee and not eating, and then heading straight into either 6th day or 7th day at work, or, into the chores that we have to do for the day or what have you. We don't give ourselves that break to go and relax. And because we're not doing that, we're burning ourselves out over and over again, and we're really not giving ourselves space to actually redesign our lives. Because as co-creators, as energetic spirit here in physical form, we're here to do that. And so, how often do we give ourselves that space? Hardly never. So if you can begin just by giving yourself a few hours on a Saturday morning to sit outside or sit anywhere without the TV on, which I know is hard, but just to relax, just have a nice breakfast, sit down, make yourself a nice breakfast, You know, if you've got the kids, make them a nice breakfast and teach them the importance of giving yourself a little break. And of course, you know, there's chores to be done. There's laundry, there's cleaning. Again, taking the kids to soccer practice, but there's ways around that to give yourself a break. There's ways, you know, set up a carpool to where parents take a whole gang of them to soccer practice. So that way each, you know, set of parents gets a break, you know, at least one weekend a month. Something like that, to where you can all share in it so that you have a chance to do that. And if you have chores to do, which of course I do too, coming up, I'm going to do some cleaning and I'm going to do some work for you guys, and put some music on. Music helps. Music heals everything, in my personal opinion. But there are ways to make it restorative a little bit more than we allow ourselves, because we really make it a task. We make it a chore, and it doesn't always have to be. But I wanted to share this little food for thought and have you think about how often you allow yourself that restorative time. How often do you allow yourself to actually have a weekend? And if you want to start being the co-creator that you really are, one of the easiest ways to do that is to give yourself some time off. So that you can have that mental space, you can have that emotional space. Listen to the birds. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's absolutely glorious. Giving ourselves that time is wholly worth it. And we are taught in this society that, you know, our value is based off of how exhausted we are. You know, that's kind of like a badge of honor. It's like, oh, well, I'm working on my 14th day straight and I can't think. And, you know, that's a badge of honor. And it's like, when did that happen? You know, as opposed to, oh, I spent this wonderful morning with my kids and my whoever, and it just changes our whole perspective. If we can start to change that back around, we can change our lives. So here's to a wonderful, relaxing morning. I hope you all have a beautiful Saturday, and I will see you tomorrow when I come to you from the Virginia County Fair. Hopefully I will be able to come to you live. If I don't have any 4G, I will make sure to tape it and at least send it to you all here in the group as soon as I get into signal. But I have got something particularly in mind for you for my day 7 of my 30-day challenge, and it's going to be fabulous, so you don't want to miss out on that. Oh, thank you, Summer. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching and commenting, and hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. Have a beautiful Saturday, my lovelies. I love you.